finally got the bird I have been waiting so long to get. The Parrot Disco. You know, I've been biting at the bit to get this since CES of 2015 when Parrot first unveiled this thing. Now, to give it to you in a nutshell, the Parrot Disco is a fixed-wing drone. So it's the first of its kind. It's a fully autonomous aircraft. I could tell you guys that this is my new favorite drone, but you guys would just flip out on me, so I'm not going to tell you that. But I am going to tell you that this thing is an absolute blast to fly. It is so much fun. When you fly it, you don't even have any control over it when you take off. You just start the motors, throw it into the wind, and all by itself, without any control from you, it flies up to 150 feet and starts circling around over its home point, you, and then once it's circling around its home point, then it turns control back to you on your radio controller, where then you can then start piloting it around. Now, it's gonna take me quite a few videos to go completely in depth on the Parrot Disco, so that's what I plan to do. For this video, I'm just going to give you a quick overview of basically what the Parrot Disco is all about. First of all, I'll put the price down below. Now, for that, you get the Parrot Disco aircraft, you get the Sky Controller radio, and you get the FPV goggles that you put your cell phone into. And then you have a full HD FPV flying drone. Alright, I'm going to show you some video of me taking it out on its maiden flight. This was the first time I flew it, so the first time I threw it into the air, and I gotta tell you, I was a little bit freaked out because I didn't have any control over the elevons. For those of you noobs out there that don't know what elevons are, these are elevons. You have ailerons, you have elevators, and if you mix them both together, you now have elevons. So that's how this thing controls itself, is with these elevons. To take it apart, all you do is pull on the wing. The wing unlocks. It's got carbon fiber rods right there and 2 lock pins on it. And then right there, there's a little servo. And you don't want to play with that too much because that's the servo motor. That servo motor, when you plug your wing in, it connects up to the wing surface. And I'll zoom in there and you can see how it connects up to the elevon right there. On the inside here, we have the chuck. I mean, this is literally like the black box on an aircraft. This thing has so much onboard intelligence inside of it, it's a mind blower. It's even got flash memory inside of it. It's got a 32 gigabyte internal flash memory for your video recordings, and 14 megapixel still photos. Alright, there are 3 different ways that you can fly the Parrot Disco. The first way is the simplest way, and that is you're not using any goggles or anything. You're just going to fly the drone. So you throw the drone, it flies up to 150 feet, and line of sight, you just fly it. The second way to fly it is with a tablet. So you can get full FPV down to your tablet and fly it line of sight, but with a tablet for HD video. The third way to fly it is with the Sky Controller goggles. Put a iPhone or an Android cell phone in here, and you've got full-on HD live video down feed to the goggles. The real mind blower is the battery. The battery in the Parrot Disco, it's a 2700 mAh battery that you get 45 minutes of flight time with. 45 freaking minutes. I flew it yesterday for about 30 minutes, just sitting back in my chair. I got out to about 2,000 feet or so. That was where I set up my geofence at. You can set up a geofence so that you can't lose it. Right here on the bottom of the Disco, there's like a sonar camera that it uses for landing with. When this thing comes in for a landing, you'll notice that just before it touches down on the ground, it actually flares for a softer landing. And it's all about that camera that's right there on the bottom. It will accept your reading glasses inside the goggles, so if you wear glasses, don't worry about it. But I tried it with my glasses and without my glasses, and the picture was actually sharper without my reading glasses on. I have no idea why, but the picture was absolutely crystal clear, sharp image. Now, the Parrot Disco is not an aircraft for a professional videographer. If you're out shooting pictures for a wedding or for real estate or whatever, you don't necessarily want to use the Parrot Disco for that. The Parrot Disco is an FPV drone. It's for recording video and getting some absolutely freaking breathtaking video, but the video on the Disco, you're flying FPV, so the horizon tilts. So when you're banking with the drone. And that's exactly what you want it to do as an FPV drone, because sitting in the cockpit, you want to bank with the drone. It's not good for shooting pictures of a wedding, but it is good if you want to be Tom Cruise and fly like freaking Top Gun. Alright, so I'm going to show you a little bit more video that I took yesterday with the Disco. Had a great time flying it. You guys don't forget to check it out over at acesdeals.biz. Peter, that good old boy from New York City, you can reach him at 888-239-2644. He's even going to throw in a $25 Visa gift card with your purchase. You can also put it on his free layaway program. So if you can't afford it all right now, you can make a few payments on it. He'll set it aside for you, ship it to you when you've paid it off. Alright, you guys, that's going to do it here with the Parrot Disco, my new favorite fully autonomous drone. And I gotta tell you, I was biting at the bit waiting for this thing to come out, and I am just having so much fun with it. And look how easy it is to transport. You guys have a great evening. Don't forget to kiss that flabby ass wife of yours. And as always, make it a wet one. Jim Bowers, I'm out.